Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, A Little Geek, A Little Chic. Today, we're going to talk about the books that I want to read in the month of November. I can't believe it's already November, but grab yourself your beverage of choice, and let's talk books. The month of November is cold, usually where I live, in the center of Canada, and it is we don't have any holidays like the States do. So Canada's got Thanksgiving in October, and then we kind of have a hiatus until Christmas, outside of Remembrance Day, which is a day to celebrate the veterans and the current serving armed forces, and our gratitude for them. So I like to start November as my transition into cozy reading because it's cold and it's winter. It's not officially winter yet right now while I'm filming this, but it feels like it. And I also like to start some of my Christmassy reads in November, but not all Christmassy reads, just a trickle. And since I got some books from the library, I need to read those before, because I need to return them at the end of the month. So I will save them a little bit, and I won't read them right away in November, but I'm definitely going to read some. It's also nonfiction November, so that's what we call it. It's like just one of the prompts that are out there on BookTube. And I don't read all nonfiction in November. I'm wearing my big comfy knitted cardigan because I'm absolutely chilled to the bone today. But I definitely am picking up one nonfiction book. I got it from my local library, and in light of the recent events, I thought it was fitting to read in November. And I'll start with that. So, the nonfiction I'm reading in November is The Glare from a Light, I Apologize, Friends, Lovers, and The Big Terrible Thing by Matthew Perry. This is his memoir, and if you know, he has recently passed away, tragically, and it's very sad and unfortunate, especially if you grew up in so many of my teenage years and my early adulthood watching Friends and Friends reruns over and over and over again. So very sad to have lost such a talent. Very excited to be reading this book in November. So I got that at my local library. Outside of the nonfiction, I have two books that are fiction. One is a cozy fantasy and one is just like a literary fiction. So I'll start with the literary fiction. And that is Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garamus, I think is how you pronounce her name. If this is not how you pronounce your name, I apologize. I'm excited to read this. It is about a young female scientist who gets the opportunity to host a cooking show, and because of her science background, it's not like any other cooking show that's out there. It is very interesting the way she describes her ingredients, like a dash of acetic acid or sodium bicarbonate. So it's also set in the 1960s, where we have a lot of housewives who are basically looking for something else. You know, the stir-crazy housewife situation of get up every day, clean the house, make the home great for the husband, make the supper, everything, the kids, the 2.5 children. And she kind of is, I'm not 100% sure if her character knows she's doing it or not, but she is inadvertently starting like a movement with these women and what they are getting in life and what perhaps that they should be striving for. And so she's sparking more than just a knowledge-based scientific mindset in these women with her cooking show. She's almost instilling a feministic trait. to them all, and maybe starting some kind of a feministic revolution without noticing or without knowing it. I'm not sure if she knows it or not, but I'm very intrigued to read this book. There is a, not Netflix, I think it might be Apple, that has either a series from based on this book, or is it going to be like a movie, like an Apple-based movie? I'm not sure, but apparently it's good, so I'm going to read this and then hopefully watch the adaptation. So, next one will be a surprise to none. And that is my cozy fantasy pick, Legends and Lattes. Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldrey. I've been wanting to read this forever, and it was huge on BookTube. It still is. There is a second novel coming out to continue on in this cozy world of fantasy, and I'm all here for this. This just sounds like I could just curl up on the couch with a nice warm beverage, potentially a puppy, because that's coming. If you haven't heard in my recent videos, we're getting a puppy, and there will be a vlog discussing and showing you and introducing you to the new edition. We have had, in the past month and a half, we put down our old dog. She had 15 and a half great years with us, so definitely was super hard for us, and I'm still dealing with it. It's still hard for me every day, but we are getting another dog, and I'm sure once the dog is here, I will be just as excited as my husband, who is overjoyed. And I'm just thinking that this book would be great to just curl up on the couch on a cold day with a warm beverage and maybe a puppy or a dog and read. So for those of you who don't know what this is about, it is a cozy fantasy, so kind of like cozy murder mystery, about an orc who is done with the fighting. She's done with the war type of lifestyle. She doesn't want to be part of that anymore. She just wants to just have a nice time, retired from all of that, running a coffee shop. And that sounds fantastic. So we get, you know, your magical style, fantasy style characters in here. You got orcs, you got fairies, you got, and they visit this coffee shop, and I'm all here for this. This sounds fantastic. The next one, I believe, is Bone Dust and Books, or Books and Bone Dust. I can't remember what it's called, but it is set in the same situation. You know, someone who no longer wishes to be part of the rigmarole, I think, and they have opened a bookstore, or the same town, and this other story follows someone who opens a bookstore. So I'm also here for that. I have pre-ordered that one because this one was so hard for me to get. I could not find a physical copy anywhere. I did get the digital edition on the e-reader because I thought that that's how I would have to read it. But I have found this copy, and I found it at LaGuardia Airport when we were in New York going through. There was a Strand pop-up kind of shop in the airport gift shop. And the Strand, if you don't know, is in like a 100-year-old bookseller in New York City. It's phenomenal. I went there on my trip, got the tote bag with the subway transit map in the background, and they had this book, and I had like $20-some US cash still in my pocket, and we were leaving New York, and I saw this book in the Strand. I was looking at some mugs and stuff that were there, so I'm like, hey, well, I gotta use up this $20, because to put $20 back in the bank, they take a fee, and to get your money out and convert it to US dollars, they take a fee, so it's not worth me putting the $20 back in. So I was like, I'm gonna get this book because I've been looking for it everywhere, and it's in great condition, and it's right here, and I'm gonna take it with me on the plane, and I am very excited. So I did that, and I'm very excited to read it in November. I hope I stick to this because I want to pick it up so bad. So that's also on my list. So I have 2 other books, which will bring a total of 5 books this month. I am going for lofty goals here because when it gets cold, I don't want to do much besides crochet, puzzle. I'm building a 1,000-piece puzzle right now, which is why I'm on a different angle in the book library room, because I have a giant table set up over here beside me with a puzzle, 1,000-piece puzzle on it. And yeah, so that's what I want to do when it's cold. I hibernate. I also go to the gym, and I do still volunteer for a local hockey club, and that is my time. So when I'm not doing events, I will hopefully be doing a lot of reading. And the next book is wintry and gives me all the winter feels. And that is Sarah Morgan, The Book Club Hotel. So this one I also got from my local library. So I have 3 library books in this haul and 2 of my own books that I have. And this one sounds like just a really nice book. It's obviously like kind of, I guess, it has some Hallmarky vibes to it. Like this lady, she moves to a rural place with her husband. They open up like a bed and breakfast or a hotel. Like every kitschy Hallmark story starts. And I believe it's like a book type of a hotel where readers can come together or something. And they dreamt about opening this place up, and so they get this all running, and her husband passes away, and I believe it's her, she stays there and runs this place, and I believe it's her like finding herself when a group of ladies comes and she gets maybe intertwined with them. I'm not 100% sure of all of it. I just know that that's what I have, is like this widowed lady, a group of friends come to her hotel, and just they learn about themselves and each other through this hotel for book lovers, and I'm there for it. So I'm going to be reading this one. I saw this, the cover had me. I absolutely, if you don't know me, I love purple. So hello, all the vibes. And look at the little cozy-esque town scene with the snowy trees and the friends walking, and I'm so excited. This looks just great. Even the back is gorgeous. It's like flurries and a mountainside. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of good captions on here from like Woman's World, Publisher Weekly. So I'm excited to see. I'm just hoping that it's just an easy read for me, and that I really vibe with Sarah Morgan's writing. I feel like I may have read something by that author before, but I'm not 100% sure. But from what I've been hearing, it's an easily approachable writing style, and I'm sure I will love it. And a final book for this month, I requested this from our local library. Not only did I request this from my local library, I requested that they get it in, because I had seen it online for pre-sale. And I'm like, I don't know. I've never read anything by this author before. I'm not sure if I'm going to like it. And maybe I just get it from the library. I'm sure they're going to have it at the library. So I'll request it now. And this was like in September. And then hopefully by Christmas area time, I will be off, like the waiting list will be at me, and I'll get to go get this book. And I looked around and there was nothing. And so I sent an email to the library, because you can request them to get books in. And if they pick and actually buy your book and put it into circulation, you are the first one that gets to take it out. So I get an email that my hold is ready. And I was like, ooh. And I thought it was the Matthew Perry book, because there was some available, and I was waiting for that to come in. And I had also had my book club hotel book on hold, and I was waiting for Matthew Perry to come in, so I could just pick them both up at the same time. And so I opened the email expecting to see the Matthew Perry book, and I see this book, and I'm like, they didn't have this book. And then I realized that I am the first person to take this out of the library. It is in pristine condition, and I am so excited to get it, to read it first, and that they took my suggestion and they purchased it. And that is The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score. It's never been read. I get it first. This is exciting. Thank you so much, if you guys are watching this, for getting this book, because I really wanted to read it, and I'm sure a lot of people will too. Lucy Score is primarily a romance novelist, and I haven't read anything by her yet. She's read some really important popular, maybe they're important too, but really popular books on TikTok, Book Talk, BookTube, you name it. And I have heard nothing but great things about her writing, but I haven't read anything. So this is a good time to start with maybe a little Christmassy romance kind of thing. And it sounded great. So I'm going to read you guys the back if you're like me and it's a brand new book and you're just interested in maybe seeing what this is about, because it just came out in bookstores and also maybe your local library has it. And it says, she's going to save Christmas just to spite him. That line had me and I was ready to read the book. But it says, single dad and town manager Noah Yates has always taken his responsibilities seriously, but when a late season hurricane turns Mary, Connecticut into a disaster, he's left scrambling to pick up the pieces of the home he loves. That is until renovation expert and reality TV star Catalina King shows up with a camera crew and a budget big enough to put the town back together. It seems like the perfect Christmas gift, but Noah isn't so sure. He doesn't want a celebrity diva capitalizing on their tragedy or filling his daughter's head with visions of glitz and glam. The last time Kat was in town, after all, she caused nothing but trouble. Kat is used to being underestimated, but Noah has an uncanny knack for getting under her skin. They can't be in a room together without rubbing each other the wrong way, except for that time in the dark alley where the rubbing was just right. So, probably some steamy time in this book as well, but I am here for it and I cannot wait. Sounds like an enemies to lovers romance, and it's set around Christmas and it's set around like a renovation TV show. It gives me all the Hallmark vibes and I am super here for this. I am so excited. So thank you to my local library for getting this into circulation and letting me take it out first. So that is it. That is all the books that I am intending to read in the month of November. Hopefully I get to them all. I have high hopes, lofty goals, but I am here for each and every one of these, and they each make me excited for a different reason. So these are my goal books for the month of November. What are you reading in the month of November? Are you reading something that is more Christmassy? Are you getting into the vibes? Are you reading something that's more wintry? Are you on the fantasy kick? Because winter is a great time for fantasy, in my opinion. That's how my mood works. Or are you doing nonfiction November? Comment down below. Let me know what you are reading, because I cannot wait to hear about it. And I will see you soon with a new video. Do not forget to like if you like this video and subscribe to see more content from me in the coming videos, especially the puppy vlog. Thanks for watching. See you soon with another video.